Oh, well, good morning, people. It might not be morning when you're watching this, but last night in the live chat, Ween came up, and then specifically Ween Chicago '03 Stash fans and other people said, hey, you should check that show out. We started talking about Ween a little bit, and then at one point I was told it was like 3 hours long, so I hope I didn't watch the wrong thing. I feel like I watched what seemed like the official DVD release. It was a little under 2 hours, about 25 songs or so. Chicago '03 seemed like, I mean, that had to be the one. It was actually, for someone who wasn't a Ween fan coming in, I didn't know even like a 2 hour show. I was a little concerned, but there was really never a dull moment. While I didn't really maybe like every single song, even the songs that I didn't really care for and probably won't, like a lot of songs I wrote down, I'll probably try to find them on Spotify or something, add to a playlist, look for more live versions here on YouTube. I like they mixed in some acoustic stuff, mostly Gene on vocals. Really, my only live experience with them is I did see Dean play with the Mike Dillon band down in New Orleans like 6 years ago or something. And I liked that show a lot, and Dean was a part of it. They played, what was the one song? Don't Laugh, I Love You. What was up with that? Maybe some Ween fans can help me out. It seemed like maybe it must have been like a really, really old song that they hadn't played in for a while from what I could gather there on the DVD. That was pretty cool. Dr. Rock. I like that Transdermal. Was it Transdermal Celebration? That was one. There was a handful of songs I knew. Obviously, Voodoo Lady, Roses Are Free. I think maybe even Buckingham Green. That one may be from the South Park show or something. Like all three of those, obviously. And then, yeah, like I said, I was surprised that there wasn't like a part where I was just like kind of tempted to skip ahead or maybe even just be like, all right, I'm bailing all this. I'm just going to, I did, like I said, no promises. I'll have to tell them I gave it a legit shot, but I just couldn't sit through an entire Ween show. But that was not the case. I will say I kind of like the weirder songs. They had some like, 3 minute, just sort of indie rock sounding songs that were okay. Not my favorite though, but something like the HIV song, Touch My Tutor. That, and then the one at the end there, what was it? I wrote it down, the Blarney Stone. The crowd really seemed to love that one. That was the other. The crowd really seemed to, it seemed like it'd be like the way it was shot and from what you could see, it definitely seemed like it would be a fun show. Like even just sitting here watching it online, it was actually enjoyable. So I could imagine being at one of their shows. And but very their perform. I get so used to seeing Fish and watching the Fish Couch Tour webcasts that I wouldn't describe them as performers. While the shows are always fun and they mix in some goofy stuff, whether if it's the trampolines or things of this nature, vacuum solos. Wouldn't say that they're necessarily performing, which is good. I've gotten used to that and I like that. We're there for the music. We don't necessarily need a lot of antics. Kiss has been coming up a lot on this channel. We don't need Paul Stanley rubbing his chest hair while, that may be what some people are there for. Really, we're just there to hear Trey and Mike and John and Paige get down. Every now and then Lawn Boy wants to strut around. That's cool. But back to Ween, Gene, lots of facial expressions throughout that add to it. Dean, almost no matter what he's doing on guitar, looks like he's really going to town. Even the rest of the band members getting into it. So I could see it. It was a shame, I guess. Apparently they had their years. I remember I was at the Blossom show in 2015 when Trey was like, come on, guys, it's time. Get back. It's time to get back together. You're my favorite band. People love you. And shortly thereafter, I believe they did get back together. I don't know how long they were split up. I feel like maybe it was kind of ugly at times between old Diener and Jeaner, I think as people like to call them. So yeah, I'm glad everybody recommended it. What else did I write down? Yeah, I got the weird songs. Oh yeah, Zoloft. I liked Zoloft. That was one of my favorite ones. Dr. Rock was cool. The Blarney Stone. All right, yeah, Buckingham Green. That's how it opened. I guess they must have played that at the South Park show. Like, I don't know, Voodoo Lady's just everywhere. Songs like mainstream somehow. Roses Are Free, obviously. I've heard that a lot. And then, yeah, all right, man. So thanks for recommending it. Isaac and Joe and Spud and Stash Fan made a nice little donation to the channel and then recommended the show. I said no promises, but I'm happy I did it, And like I said, I'll probably have to add add a few of these Ween songs to the rotation. I don't know if they're better live than they are in the studio or not. I guess we'll to be determined. All right, guys, boom, we are out of here. Thanks for tuning in, and for like the 7th time, thanks for recommending. That was a good way to start the morning here. You guys want kitty cam? You ain't get no kitty cam. She's on squirrel patrol. Boom, we're out of here. Enjoy your Sunday. Man, my eyes look nice. Or do they?